see you there. Hello there, I'm a veterinarian, and I would like to tell you about my job. Here are some examples of animals that I treat. From as tall as a giraffe to as small as a cute little hamster. Huh? Cute, huh? But some veterinarians treat exotic animals, such as bears. But most veterinarians treat animals like cats and dogs because they're a very common household pet. Raise your hand if you have a cat or a dog. Also, some veterinarians treat farm animals, such as cows and horses. Here's an acrostic poem I made to help you learn more about veterinarians. As you can see, it spells out veterinarian. V stands for veterinary medical degree is needed to become a vet. The veterinary medical degree is very hard to get. E stands for earn on average of $88,490 per year in 2015. That's a lot of money. T stands for to heal sick animals. That's pretty much our whole job, to heal sick animals. E stands for euthanize animals that can't be treated. Do you know what euthanize means? Euthanize means that we have to put the animal to death if it's too old or too sick for us to treat. Sadly, that's part of my job. R stands for rehabilitate injured animals. If an injured animal is sick or hurt, we want to keep it alive and healthy. I stands for improve animal health. If an animal has not gotten all of its shots or medicines, we want to give it shots to make sure that it's healthy. N stands for needles are a tool that doctors use to help animals. Needles are a very common tool that veterinarians use because they're used to inject medicines and vaccinations. E stands for animals are their favorite patients. Animals are our only patients, so love them. R stands for respond as fast as possible to save animals. If an animal is at the verge of death, we want to hurry as quick as we can to keep it alive. I stands for in college for 8 years. That's a long time in college. A stands for usually helping dogs and cats. Just like what I said in treating different types of animals, dogs and cats are a very common household pet. That's why we treat them so much. N stands for nobody loves animals more, because they're a pet. You gotta love them. So here are two famous veterinarians that you've probably seen on National Wild. Dr. Jan Pohl. Dr. Pohl lives in Michigan and he treats many different types of animals, but he usually treats dogs, cats, and farm animals. Dr. Oakley Yukon vet. She lives in the Yukon. The Yukon is the mountain area in Canada. She treats sick wild animals and releases them into the wild once they're healthy. These two veterinarians have inspired me to want to become one. Veterinarian school is hard to get into. Here's a comparison. Listen, medical school has a 43% acceptance rate with 129 medical schools in the USA. Veterinarian school has a 34% acceptance rate with 28 veterinarian schools in the USA. 43% to 34%. Medical school may be hard to get into, but compared to veterinarian school, it's a lot easier. What would you guess are the top 5 veterinarian schools in the U.S.? Well, let me show you. Number 1 is the University of California. Number 2 is Cornell University. Number 3 is Colorado State University. Number 4 is North Carolina State University. And number 5 is Ohio State University. P.S. Number 7 is Texas A&M University. Once you have a VMD degree, you can have a career such as private practice, that's the veterinarian, which is my job. Teaching and research, that means you're the teacher in veterinarian school, or private industry, which means that you're a veterinarian that makes medicines for animals. You could also have a career or helping vets without a VMD. These careers could be a technician, do clinical procedures such as drawing blood, veterinarian assistant, they help the veterinarian, or technologist. They do medical tests such as blood tests and stool tests. Here's a veterinarian tool book that I made to help you learn about some common veterinarian tools. Stethoscope. Stethoscopes are used to check an animal's heart and for listening to an animal's lungs. The stethoscope, right here, it's a very common tool because it helps us know if the animal's heartbeat is at a good rate. But if it's going too fast or too slow, it tells us that the animal is probably sick. Syringe. Syringes are used for injecting medicines. Have you ever gotten a shot? Raise your hand if you've ever gotten a shot. Well, the syringe is the part that holds the needle and it injects medicines. Hoof trimming tools. The hoof pick is used for digging out things built up in the hooves. The hoof pick is that tool. The hoof knife is used for cutting off excess hoof. The hoof knife is that tool. Nippers are used for trimming off large parts of the hoof. Nippers is that tool. The rasp is used for filing the bottom of the hoof to smooth it out. The rasp is that tool. These 4 hoof trimming tools are used to clean, cut, and smooth out an animal to smooth out the hoof into the right shape. They're used in the animals that have hooves, such as goats, cows, and horses. Scalpel. Scalpels are used for cutting during surgery. Scalpel is used to cut open the skin or to cut away unwanted parts of the body. Calf puller. Calf pullers are used to pull calves that are stuck in the birth canal. If a mother cow is having trouble giving birth, I use the calf puller to attach it to its hooves and to pull it out of the birth canal, making the mother cow give birth more easily. Thermometer. Thermometers are used for checking an animal's temperature. The thermometer is another helpful tool. It helps us know that if the animal's temperature is at a good rate. But if it tells us that the temperature is too high, it tells us that it probably has a virus or an infection. Suture needles. Suture needles are used for closing up wounds. If an animal has gotten a cut, we use the suture needle to sew it back together so that it doesn't get an infection. Just like a doctor would do to you if you got a really bad cut. Nail clippers. Nail clippers are used for chipping dogs' and cats' nails. X-ray. X-rays are used to check an animal's bones and to find broken ones. The X-ray can also be used to check if an animal has swallowed something bad that it shouldn't have. Ultrasounds. Ultrasounds are used in animals, pregnant animals, for babies. They can also be used to check if the babies in the pregnant animal are healthy and alive. Well, I now have an appointment with another patient. Hope you learned a lot.